what you're going to need to get started. A microphone and associated equipment. So what I mean by that is any kind of brackets, or you need a microphone stand. Headphones. You don't have to have headphones, but they are helpful. So you can listen to yourself, you can listen to the playback. A mixing board is optional. Okay, you don't need to have this. But if you really want to go into detail and go into depth and set up a little studio or a cave in your house where you're doing it, then you might decide to have a mixing board. Recording and editing software. So you're going to need to have software. Now this is either paid for or it is free. The options that I'm going to use in true my fashion is free of charge, because we all love a bit of free. Then the podcast hosting platform, and then the publishing platform. So those are the 6 things that we are going to need. And as I said at the beginning, there are varying different prices that you can choose. So let's have a look at some microphone and associated equipment. Now you can do some research yourself to have a look online. I'd go on Amazon and have a look at what there is. But I'll give you a few different levels. If you have a look at the microphone, this is obviously used to record the podcast content. Blue microphones do a Snowball Ice USB microphone. So the USB is usually the port in either your laptop or your computer that you can connect to. So obviously, I know you all know what this is, but that's a USB connector, which you can go directly into your computer or your laptop. Heel PR40 XLR mic, so an XLR cable. I'll show you what one of those is in a second. Mic accessories, an adjustable boom arm, a pop filter. So a pop filter is one of these. So we would place this pop filter in front of the mic, and this would just cut out any sort of, like, not background noise, but with me spitting or popping, hence the pop filter, and that will cut out that noise. It's definitely worth having one of them along with your mic. Your microphone foam cover. You could have a foam cover if you wanted to. These are more relevant if you're outside. I don't use one for indoor recording. And an XLR cable for non-USB microphones. So you can see that this headset here, which I'll put on another in a second, is just a standard headset, really basic. This would be going very basic. This is one up from using an inbuilt microphone to record your podcast, but it's a headset with a USB connection. Okay, so that's different from an XLR cable. If you want to take a photograph, if you can, just have a quick look at that, pass it around. So this is the blue microphone that I mentioned, which is called the Snowball, and the handy thing with this is it's got its stand on there. So with that, you would really be sitting down to do your recording. It's beginner level, about £55 on Amazon. So what I've done on these slides, so because you're going to get a copy of the slides, you can just click the link. These aren't affiliate links. They just go straight through to Amazon. It will take you through to the page where you can get that microphone if you like the look of that. This is the Rode Podcaster Dynamic Large Diaphragm microphone. This has a USB connection for Mac and also for PC. I'd suggest this is intermediate level. It's going up to about £150. Quite a decent mic. Say again, sorry. The new pod mic. Okay. So the new Rode pod mic is a real good one. £99. There's a link for that. If you want to get that, here's another one, which is the Heel PR40 XLR mic. Say this is pro level, getting up to £300. Do you think it's worth investing a lot of money in your microphone? Depends what you do. How many of you would be prepared to spend a few £100 on your mic? Tim Will at the back. So absolutely. Because of the benefit of it. Again, there's a link if you want to have a look at that microphone. Then your microphone stand or boom arm with the pop filter. That on Amazon is £15, and it can clamp onto a desk if you want to as well. How many of you would sit down to record? Yeah, I prefer to stand, but what about you, Tim? What would you do? Yeah, so Tim recommends people stand up because of the energy level, but that's if you're going to be recording for about an hour and you're standing up, that's quite a long time, isn't it? You can't then stop. Well, you can stop if you want to, because then you'd have to edit it and stitch it together, the audio file. But Where you can, I recommend standing up. And we'll talk about the length of the podcast as we go through this morning. Mic foam accessories, the covers, especially if you're going to be doing stuff outside. There's different sizes. You can get for £6, you can get a full set of those if you want to, all on next day delivery. And then different cables. So you've got an XLR cable there if you do need those. I'm going to give you an example in a minute, which is a full box set which has everything in it. I like that because it's a lot easier than having to get all of the different individual parts. So depending on the recording software you decide to use, you may just opt for a decent headset with built-in microphone, which is that one that I've got. That is very basic level. I'm not saying that the recording quality would be brilliant, but I've used this for a lot of stuff. Virtually all of my YouTube videos were recorded with that one that I've been handing around, and it's done exceptionally well. And that costs me something like £20 or something. So I've really got my money's worth from it. No one has ever, well, I say no one's ever complained about the quality. A couple of people have, but it's very rare. And if you do listen to the audio files, then it's really good. That's all of them have been recorded with that or the inbuilt microphone. USB headset headphone for PC chat, Skype, with noise cancelling mic and volume control. Obviously, we'll go through all the checklist of making sure your volume's turned up and doing all the correct levels before we get started. That's £32.50. You could actually buy a podcast audio recorder. So this is like a pro-level podcast recording device that's portable and capable of recording high-quality sound. More if you're out and about. But I don't think like being out, I'm not saying not to do it, but it doesn't work well unless it's accompanied by visual. That's £169 with the link there. Headphones, so you're going to have your headphones to monitor the sound of your recording. So basic level is this one here. Again, I've put the link in there. Headphones that go right over the top of your ears. And it depends how big your ears are, because when I bought that, even though I use it, they don't actually properly fit over my ears because I have quite large ears, whereas the set that I've bought there is like that and it's perfect for it. So just something to consider. The Sony headphones, another price option is $14.99. How many of you are on a real strict, tight budget? Just be honest. No, you've got a little bit of money to spend. Disposable income, see? You're the right people. Pro level, you can really go up £99, which is still quite reasonable. Sennheiser HD 380 Pro, £136 with the link there as well. You'd only need an XLR converter if you were going from XLR microphone and you need to connect it to your Mac or a PC but via a USB. Okay, that's the only time that you would need that, but that's about £107. A mixing board, this is optional. I don't think you need this. There's only one person in the room who would get one of these, which is Tim at the back. He would definitely have one of these. Loads of different mixing boards. Yeah, you can. What do you think if you're interviewing someone else? Do you think it would be worth having a mixing desk like that, Tim? Yeah. Yeah, you can ask Tim in the break. I mean, I put there optional. That wouldn't be something that I would be comfortable with using. If you are audio competent, then it's certainly, it's worth considering if you know what you're doing with it, but I don't think you need to go to that level. If you're recording somebody in the room, then yeah, maybe, but you might be recording people. Say you and I were going to do a recording session. How are we going to do it? We're going to do it over Skype, aren't we? That's the reality. We're going to probably do it over Skype. So, of course, you probably won't want to go to this level, but if you fancy really going to town with your podcast content, consider getting a mixing desk or, look at that, the all-in-one box set, which is £180. So, if we just quickly take a look at this, and we will set this up later on once we get into the actual recording, but this is the Scarlett 2i2 Studio. So this is one that I use, which is really good. It's £180 on Amazon. And it's got everything you need, and it's red as well, so it looks good. It's very professional. So you've got a condenser mic, which is there. You have your interface for connecting your XLR cables into. And it's got 2 inputs and outputs. You get all the cables. You get an XLR cable. You also get a USB cable. to go from your interface into your laptop. And you also get some nice, snazzy looking headphones. So you get everything that you need, and I'll set this up for you later on, and for the people online to show you exactly how it works. And we'll use that with Audacity for recording our podcast content. So you can also download software with this if you want to, but I'm going to show you how to use Audacity. But this box set gives you everything that you need for £180. How many of you would consider just getting that? Yeah, I think it's worth it. Yeah, you'll need your stand as well, either a full stand or a small stand, which again I'll show you later on. You've got two options there. You can use the tall one even if you're sitting down, but my advice would be to get the small one because it's more sturdy. I've put the link in the slides as well to save you searching for it, so just click on that link and that will take you through to Amazon. As I say, at the moment it's £180 for the entire box set. That gives you almost everything you need. Then you just need the stand and the pop filter. So, you now have your microphone, associated accessories and headphones. What do you need to record and edit your podcast content? So, for Mac users, how many of you are Mac users? Okay, just one person in the room. Obviously, there's people watching online as well. So you can just use the QuickTime player if you want to. Have you had any experience of using QuickTime? A little bit, yeah. I quite like it. It's really simple to use. You could use GarageBand if you wanted to, or Audacity, which is intermediate level. Adobe Audition, which is the pro level. For today, for the purpose, we're going to focus on Audacity. For PC users, you can use a sound recorder, which is beginner level. I'll give you the link to download that. Again, Audacity or Adobe Audition. So for the purpose of this course, we're going to focus on QuickTime Player for Mac and Audacity for PC, but also Mac as well. Now, there are obviously other tools and options available for you. And as I said at the beginning, if you want to tap into Tim and ask him some questions or even come and see me at the break, please do so. But there's loads of different tools out there that you can use. But I like these because they're free of charge and they do a good job, in my opinion.